Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and it's time for a VHS and Blu-ray and 4K Ultra HD update for January 22nd, 2024. As of today, I got 4 VHS tapes and some Blu-rays. We got some Blu-rays and some 4K Ultra HDs that I got from both Amazon and eBay recently. So with that being said, I'm going to start off by showing you guys a clamshell VHS tape, and that's going to be on the Robert Rodriguez film, Spy Kids, the one that started it all, that started the Spy Kids franchise. Real spies, only smaller. Rated PG, and the runtime is about 88 minutes. Released by Dimension Films and Troublemaker Studios. That's Robert Rodriguez's company, Troublemaker Studios, Troublemaker. Starring Antonio Banderas, Alan Cumming, Terry Hatcher, Cheech Marin, and Danny Trejo. And, oh yeah, and Daryl Sabera as well. Can't forget about Daryl Sabera. Pardon me. So yeah, Spy Kids, there you go, on VHS, the clamshell tape. So that's Spy Kids. And the next VHS I got here is also another movie that started it all, American Pie. Yep, American Pie. Rent for your chance to win. Oh yeah, because it's like from Universal Hits, Get Lucky at the time. Yep. Rated R, and the runtime is about an hour and 36 minutes. Starring Jason Biggs, Chris Klein, Natasha Leon, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Tara Reid, Eugene Levi, or whatever you want to say that, and, yep. So yeah, American Pie, there you go. Alright. Next VHS we got here is the movie Spaceballs, starring Mel Brooks, John Candy, and Rick Moranis. I've actually seen this movie, and Spaceballs I thought was a really hilarious parody film of how this movie pokes fun of Star Wars. Also starring Bill Pullman, Dick Van Patten, and Joan Rivers. Don DeLuise was also in this movie too, and he plays Pizza the Hutt, which is kind of like Jabba the Hutt. Rated PG, and it's an hour and 36 minutes. I don't really read print dates on VHS tapes anymore. I mean, I usually just take a look at them, but I don't say them out loud anymore in terms of making videos like this. But regardless, Spaceballs, funny movie. And the last VHS tape I got here for today's media update is the classic Steven Spielberg film, Jaws. This is the widescreen edition, and it's also THX certified. Also includes special interviews with Steven Spielberg and cast members and production team. I saw this movie in 3D back in 2022, and yeah, Jaws is definitely a Steven Spielberg classic. Other interviews includes, and of course the movie stars Roy Schneider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss. Yep, and like I said, it says this edition features new special interviews with Steven Spielberg and members of the cast and production team whose efforts resulted in a film that has become a classic. Yep. Rated PG, and it's 2 hours and 4 minutes. with music by John Williams. And that's Jaws on VHS. Glad I got it. And next up is going to be the Blu-ray. So the first Blu-ray I got right here is the 2012 Quentin Tarantino film, Django Unchained. I also had this movie in a double feature DVD with The Hateful Eight, but I felt like getting a separate Blu-ray release of Django Unchained since I actually watched this movie recently earlier this month, and Django Unchained I thought was an awesome Quentin Tarantino film. I really enjoyed it. So I felt like getting a separate Blu-ray. I felt like getting a separate Blu-ray release for this film. Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out. Starring Jamie Foxx, Christopher Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington, and Samuel Jackson. Written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Yep. Rated R, and the runtime is about 166 minutes. I already redeemed the code, by the way. One of my friends on YouTube like mentioned that they finds this movie overrated, but that's okay. But that's okay to me since I still love this movie, and yeah, there you have it. But of course, if some of you guys out there didn't really find this movie that interesting, then that's okay with me. I still love it regardless. So, Django Unchained on Blu-ray, check. Now we're gonna do the bottom row here, and the first three right here are actually Criterion Collection releases, and two of them are actually Martin Scorsese films too. First off, I'm going to be showing you the Netflix movie from 2019, The Irishman, starring Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and Joe Pesci. Released on Netflix in 2019 from the Criterion Collection. Yep. Oh yeah, and this one it's also got the CP triangle. Yeah, copy protected from the Macrovision logo. Pretty cool. And the movie's rated R. And the runtime is 209 minutes. That makes it a 3.5 hour long movie. All right, let's get this out. Let's see. It also includes this booklet here. I Heard You Paint Houses. I Heard You Paint Houses is actually the title. Is actually the title screen of the movie. While the movie itself is actually called The Irishman, the on-screen title is I Heard You Paint Houses. Very nice. Very cool. Let's get this back in. Oh, just a second. Just a minute. Just have to get this back in. Just hold on. There we go. Got it. So yeah, The Irishman, great movie from 2019. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. The Irishman is also Martin Scorsese's longest film to date, with Killers of the Flower Moon being his second longest. Yep. Irishman, check. Next up, we got Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, another Netflix release from the Criterion Collection. Yep, another Criterion Collection release from Netflix from 2022. And the movie's rated PG, and the runtime is 117 minutes. let's get this out of here. Oh yeah, and plus, I also really like how when you get this open, that it actually features like Pinocchio himself in this adaptation, and I think as you open it up, it's got like Pinocchio's long nose there into a tree branch, and when you open it up, opens up like that. And this little booklet contains like a little behind the scenes of the making of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, the discs here. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio I really loved. Yeah, I will say I think it's definitely one of the best animated films that came out in 2022. Sorry, bear with me, guys. I have to get this back in. There we go. So yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I really love it. I'm sure a lot of people love this film too, because even a lot of people have been saying that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is also the 2022 Pinocchio adaptation they preferred the most over that Disney live action adaptation of Pinocchio, like the one with Tom Hanks and Robert Zemeckis. And I couldn't agree more, guys. Even though the Robert Zemeckis remake is I mean it's decent in my opinion, but I gotta say this adaptation was even better. So there you have it. All right, next up we got another Martin Scorsese film from the Criterion Collection, and that is Mean Streets, released in 1973. And the runtime is 112 minutes. And yeah, that's what it says right here. It's on 4K Ultra HD. It's also got this booklet here. I also like how the discs the discs form the Criterion Collection logo. Very nice. And yeah, Mean Streets I also really enjoyed too. I enjoyed Mean Streets. I thought it was great. Plus, I can probably tell this is probably an R-rated film, probably. Yeah, I think I got that right, yeah. But yeah, Mean Streets, I enjoyed it. So that's Mean Streets. And the last one I got is actually a regular Blu-ray. Excuse me. The last one I got is actually a regular 4K Ultra HD release. And it's also a Steven Spielberg movie, the original Color Purple. Yep. Rated PG-13. And the runtime is 153 minutes. Yep. Starring Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, Danny Glover, and yeah. And one of the characters' names in this film is actually Harpo Johnson. Like Harpo Johnson, Harpo Johnson was actually got the name of Oprah Winfrey's company, Harpo Studios, and that's how Harpo Studios got its name. The character Harpo Johnson. And the word Harpo is also Oprah spelled backwards. And around the same time back in December, like last month, when the second adaptation, when the new Color Purple came out, I felt like watching this movie on Max, and so after watching this movie, I actually really enjoyed the Color Purple. I actually enjoyed the original. Yeah, sure. My mom thinks it's not all that great, and I do get it, and I get it, but I still enjoyed this movie nevertheless. Great Steven Spielberg movie. Oh yeah, and plus the Color Purple is also one of the rare times that Steven Spielberg directed a film where John Williams didn't compose the music score, because that was someone else. So yeah, The Color Purple, I enjoyed it. I think as for the new one I think as for the new one that came out last month on Christmas Day, I think I'm just gonna wait till that's on Max since yeah, because I do get the hype for that movie, and I'll probably have to wait till the new one's on Max probably. But anyway, guys, so that's all the media I got for today's update. And that's going to be it for this VHS, Blu-ray, and 4K Ultra HD update for January 22nd, 2024. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and make sure to like this video as well. With that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.